welcome to Great Day Live. I'm Janelle Martinez.
And I'm Allison Godlove. Hopefully you're having a great start to your Friday. We're having a little party here today.
I know. This is a great way to start the weekend, right? We are going to be celebrating Ice Cream Day, which is actually coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, so we're getting a little jump start to it for you. And speaking of ice cream, what is your favorite ice cream?
Okay, so that's a tough question, right?
Yes,
are there any flavors that we don't like? So
No.
I think I always gravitate towards cookie dough.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yes, cookie
Classic.
dough. Yeah, classic.
Yes,
or
vanilla
maybe
ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream with cookie dough chunks and sometimes a mint ice cream too.
Yes, that's always really good, a mint one.
Yeah, what about you?
I always, if I'm going to say my favorite, would be chocolate peanut butter. But
Ooh, that's a
the
good one.
peanut butter has to be that kind, where it's like the big, like,
Oh, you wanna
waves
see
of
it. You
peanut
wanna-
butter.
yes.
Yes, like the chunk, not a chunk of it, but like that big wave of the actual peanut butter.
I know.
That's my favorite one.
I know. I love it. So we're going to talk more about ice cream with
know.
Larry's Ice Cream coming up in a little bit.
Yes, there's so much good stuff coming up so that you can just celebrate all
Yay!
weekend long. But your imagination is off to new places when you hop onto this bus. How your kids can fall in love with reading one trip inside.
And while this isn't Florida's first rodeo with a rainy weekend, we do have an actual rodeo coming to town. We get a check on the weather to see if we need to wear our rain boots.
But first today, we are celebrating National Ice Cream Day with a Tampa Bay classic. So here in our Kitchen Saver kitchen this morning is Allison and Drew from Larry's Ice Cream. Love this setup, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to be back.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
You got a big birthday coming up on National Ice Cream Day, right?
That's right.
38 years?
38 years.
That's
It's a
awesome.
double holiday for us.
I know. That's
It's
a pretty
double
good one.
holiday.
Yeah, that's great. So Larry's Ice Cream, this is tradition in Tampa Bay, 38 years. And this is, you're like fourth generation, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been eating ice cream, working, coming to visit. I've been here for, 30 years.
Been doing it all. Okay, so she's getting started. Allison's getting started over here. What are you doing? What are you making over here?
We are making our new donut pressed ice cream sandwich.
New. Okay. So
gonna-
how are we doing this?
We are taking a fresh donut and we're going to scoop some ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
This is vanilla.
Okay. Got to get a big old scoop
Big old
there.
scoop.
There you go.
That's right.
And this is something that people, when you say new, can we get this right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
right
have it
now.
in the store. It's very, very popular. And then we're just going to.
That's got to be sweet too, vanilla ice cream with a donut.
Oh, yeah. I think last night, outside of our classic fresh waffle cone and 2 scoop, it was the most ordered item I saw.
Yeah, well, it looks delicious. And there's a lot of stuff that you have here because it's not just about like some of the new items. You have a lot of the traditional ice cream that we're looking for. So what are some of the popular things? You said waffle cone.
I think, the classic flavors and the new flavors. So, the classic cookies and cream, cookie dough, the mint flavors, but then also, trying to keep a fresh edge on even newer flavors, but also taking some of our classic flavors and creating new dishes like the donut sandwich, mixing around with the flavors.
Yeah. What's a new flavor that you would have right now?
A new flavor we have right now, I know a really popular new one right now is C is for cookie.
Oh,
so it's a
ooh.
blue vanilla with cookies and cream. So that's really popular. Kids love it.
Yeah.
Adults love it. It's a great equalizer. You see a 5-year-old come in, you see an 85-year-old come in, and they're both equally excited
They
to have
love
that
it.
flavor. So.
Yeah. Ooh, that smells good over there.
it's
Yeah.
very good.
And I love the waffle cones too, that they're like coated. So you have different flavors of the cones too.
Fresh dipped every day. So
Oh, really?
Fresh
Ooh.
waffle cones. That's why when you walk in the store, it smells so delicious.
Oh,
Fresh
that's the
waffle
best.
Fresh waffle cones, and then dipped in chocolate, different toppings.
What do you
so-
have? Coconut sprinkles? Is that
Yeah,
Fruity Pebbles?
That's, yes, Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, that's, yeah. so
Is this done over
absolutely
here?
delicious.
Okay.
So we're going to unwrap this.
It does. It smells so good. It smells like a fresh donut.
Yes.
That's the best thing about the t-shirts also. When you walk out,
And then we're going to
It
dust
smells
smell-
like an ice cream
you smell
shop.
Like that.
That's
You
so
smell like the
true.
ice
And
cream
then
shop, a
roll
real
in
ice cream
cinnamon.
shop.
All right, rolling it in cinnamon now.
Okay, and then we're going to cut it.
Okay. Are we going to be able to taste test this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Then we're
Okay.
going to get a plate. And then we're making our
Oh, there's more
Biscoff.
dipping.
This is my favorite. Very, very good.
And then so you're dipping the inside with Biscoff, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the sandwich?
That's the sandwich. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little
Oh my
dollop
gosh,
of
there's
whipped
more.
cream. And then we have a bourbon sea salt.
Oh, I see why it's a favorite now. Yeah.
And
Like
they're
the crunch
delicious.
is
Yeah.
so good.
You guys have been around for so long. What's it like to be a part of a community like Tampa Bay for as long as you guys have?
It's an amazing thing to be
Yeah.
part of the community, helping support one with delicious food, delicious flavors,
the
but
night.
also coming together as a community, supporting local charities, local organizations, and then also after we know the devastating storms a few years
Right.
ago, being able to give back and support. One, being able to open back up to give the community something delicious and happy to try, but also getting out there, all of us, the team, the family, and helping the beach reopen. If it's shoveling places out, helping out other businesses. So just coming together as a beach and as a community.
You're in there doing it. If people want to come for National Ice Cream Day, how do we find you?
Right on Gulf Boulevard. So
Go check them out.
6595 Gulf Boulevard.
We love it. This is really good, by the way. So good. All
then
right,
we-
Janelle headed outside. Janelle, we have some ice cream for you when you come back inside, okay?
I have moved outside because we are inside the JWB Book Bus where they are bringing thousands of books to kids all across Pinellas County. I'm here with Brianna, who's going to tell us a little bit more about it. So this is so cool because it's an old school bus that you transformed into like a mini library, right?
Yes, so it is essentially a school bus that has been retrofitted as a mobile book bus on wheels, and we go all over Pinellas County and give out free books to children.
And you do this in the summer because summer is so important. We need to keep kids reading. We need to keep them engaged. And this is a fun way to do it. So how does it work? Can anyone hop on the bus?
Yes, so this is for all children. We see kids who are infants all the way up to really 17 and 18 are high schoolers.
Oh, wow.
And they get on the bus and they have the opportunity to look through any bin and pick out 2 free brand new books to take home and build their own personal libraries.
And they get to keep these books, or is it like a real library where you have to return them?
So they get to keep them.
Yay.
So we have books, a variety of them, all ages, topics, genres. So yeah, they get to go in and take them.
Very cool. So if a kid walks in and they're obviously maybe a little bit older or a little bit younger, you kind of direct them to the right bin. Are they color coded in that way?
Yes, they're color coded. So we have our
Yeah.
oldest books here,
Okay.
which are for our middle schoolers, high schoolers.
Percy Jackson, one of my kids' favorites.
Yes.
Picked up a good one here.
Definitely a favorite pick amongst our older students.
Yeah.
And then we go all the way down and we have kind of our 3rd through 5th grade here.
So fun.
Then we have our younger with our K through 2, and then our youngest bin is going to be our pink ones that are for infants and preschoolers.
So cute. So obviously at this age, parents can come on the bus with their kids, right? And help them pick a book.
Yes.
Pick a book.
So we visit a variety of stops. So we go to summer camps, we go to apartment complexes, public libraries, and at more of our public ones, we do have a lot of parents who get on and help select the books for their children.
Yeah, and so you've really expanded the program this summer. How have you done that?
We have. So we're going to the biggest route yet. So we're visiting 85 stops over the 3 weeks of the book bus. And we are doing some different stops this year too. So one of them, what we're doing is apartment complexes because we're really trying to meet children and families where they are. So that's a new thing that we're doing this year.
And you're not just delivering books, you're also delivering food and meals as
Yes.
well. Yeah.
So this is our 2nd year partnering with JWB's Childhood Hunger Collaborative and the St. Be Free Clinic. And we are having food at over half of our stops where they're getting shelf-stable meals as well as produce.
That's amazing that you're doing that for our community. So when is the next stop? How can we make sure that we can get our kids to hop on the bus?
Yes, so our next stop is going to be on Monday. So it is our last week of 3 weeks. We'll be out through Thursday, and they can check out our schedule on our Early Readers, Future Leaders website, which is JWB's grade level reading campaign. They can check it out, and we're going to many, many stops across Pinellas County next week.
Yeah, if someone wants to help out, do you accept volunteers? Are you looking for money donations to kind of fill these bins with more books?
So this is actually sponsored by the Juvenile Welfare Board as a part of our grade level reading campaign. So we have that there. And then our volunteers, we have our JWB board members, we have community council members, as well as city leaders who get on the bus and they help children select the perfect book for them.
So fun. Well, thank you so much for stopping by our station. And we still have a lot of summer left.
Yes.
So a lot of more books to be delivered. Tell me that website one more time so people can go to it.
Sure, so it's our Campaign for Grade Level Reading's website, which is jwbpinellas.org/read.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Megan Maroney concert. We asked 10 Tampa Bay meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi about it. That's coming up next.
It's time now for our window to the weather this weekend, brought to you by JMI Windows and Doors.
And of course, Courtney's been keeping an eye on it. What a messy morning it has been for some spots.
My goodness, such a light show along our coastline this morning. We had some flooding in Pinellas County, so it was busy morning. Thankfully, I mean, we'll still have a chance for storms today, but a little calmer, it looks like, for the back half of the day for
Okay,
us.
well, that's good because it started off pretty crazy.
Yeah, like I'm in South Tampa. I didn't hear anything. You said you heard.
Yeah, we
rain.
talked about it. I was like, it was a crazy storm, crazy
Right.
downpour, and she's
And I'm
like, not me.
no,
I
not
slept
me,
great this
unless
morning.
unless I was sleeping really good,
Yeah.
which usually doesn't happen. Okay, so much going on. So starting tonight with the Megan Maroney concert. This is at Benchmark, so it's inside.
Right.
But still, people are going to be maybe tailgating,
Right.
going to the show. So
Right.
what's the weather like tonight? Rain?
So I do think that we'll have a chance for rain up until about 6 o'clock or so in the city of Tampa. And then after 6 p.m., the forecast trends drier through the evening. So good news if you're heading out, going to go grab a bite to eat or anything before the concert. And of course, being inside is great. And then even as you're leaving a little later tonight, I do think we should be mostly dry. So our rain kind of comes to an end, at least for today, after about 6:30 in the city of Tampa, which is good.
That's good. Those cowboy boots will be just fine.
Yeah.
Cute outfits. I was saying to Allison that I love all her pink sparkly
know.
outfits.
I know.
so
We were
I'm sure.
talking yesterday about how concerts, like, they have a theme, like the kids want to dress the
Right.
theme. So I guess this is pink. So you're supposed to wear
That's a
pink. So
sparkle.
Yeah, it'll be nice and cute. So if you see a bunch of people in Tampa walking around in pink, this
Yes.
is why.
this is why.
Yeah. So scalloping season is right now,
is,
and it
yeah.
started. It goes until August.
Yes, August
September.
18th.
September.
Oh, well, yes, up into so Pasco
Yes.
is August, and then, of course, Nature Coast is a little later.
Yeah. So if we want to go
Yes.
scalloping tomorrow, how's that look?
Unfortunately, I don't think that the weather out on the water is the best this weekend. I know
Okay.
that's going to disappoint some folks. But yes, unfortunately, I do think, well, boating conditions won't necessarily be the worst if you're not running into any rain. I do think in the morning, kind of like we had this morning, we could have some offshore showers and storms. And I know, you typically scallop kind of closer to land. You're not necessarily, out miles and miles. But I do think we'll have the chance for rain in the morning hours, which is when a lot of people go when the tides are right for scalping. I went last weekend. Didn't have a ton of luck, but did it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm still learning. But yeah, not the best scalloping weekend. I do think that our coastline is going to be the more favorable spot for rain and storms this weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is it's a long season.
Right.
So
Yes,
if you
it
can't
is.
go this weekend, maybe better
more.
luck.
Plenty of time.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the Tampa Bay Rodeo is in town.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, a lot of people wearing their
Yeah.
boots, but is it going to be muddy out there? I'm thinking yes. Right?
Yeah.
It's probably already muddy.
Yes, and here's the thing. So I do think that Tampa, the further inland you go, so the Bay is going to kind of be our dividing line. I feel like into the upcoming weekend. So potentially, because is this over near like the fairgrounds?
Yes,
Is
it's
that,
at the- it's at the fairgrounds, yeah.
So, the fairgrounds is probably going to have some quick passing showers, but I think the closer to the coast you are, the better chance for showers and storms you have. So, they might have periods of very heavy rain over towards the rodeo, of course, some thunderstorm activity in the afternoon. But it might not end up being a washout, especially not all weekend. Sunday is the big kind of question day. We're watching this low that's going to try to develop, if anyone's been kind of following with us throughout the weekend. And here's kind of the latest forecast trend. And look at Sunday, how it's kind of trending a lot drier. A lot of that rain is going to set up along our coastline. So right now, it looks like Saturday has the potential to be the wetter day. But for the evening hours, a lot of that rain's going to set up inland, which would be good for any of the evening events for the Tampa Rodeo. But it's tricky. We're trying to track this low that hasn't developed yet. And until it kind of starts getting its spin on, models are going to struggle with exactly where that rain is going to set up. So is it going to be completely dry for the Tampa Rodeo? Probably not. Probably want to wear rain boots rather than your nicest cowboy boots.
Cowboy
Please
boots.
don't wear your nice Tacovas out to, okay, maybe not this weekend.
Right.
But not completely dry, but not a washout either for it.
Yeah.
This is like one of those weekends too where the app comes in so handy
Yes,
that you can
right.
just watch it and like pay attention to what you're doing just to kind
Totally.
of keep track because they don't have you to just give
Right.
a call
And you're not
to
just sitting watching TV over the weekend. You're out about doing your thing.
Right.
So download the app because between me and the whole team of Mets, we'll
Yeah.
have
You'll be
full
updating that.
details and updates throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not the driest weekend, but
Yeah,
not
that's
a
okay.
complete
We need the
soaker.
rain.
Like,
We do.
like we've said, this isn't our first rodeo with, with
right,
a rainy
yeah.
weekend.
We
So,
see what you
yeah.
All right, thank you, Courtney. This
Thanks.
weekend definitely feels like one of those weekends to just curl up on the couch, grab a book. Acclaimed local author, actress, mom, and self-taught mixologist has some tips on what you should read and what to sip it with. That's next. That's why.
Well, the best way to enjoy a lazy day of summer is with a cocktail and a good book.
And hopefully a cold pool
Yes.
along with that. But this weekend you might just want the couch, as we talked about. Like, it's very going to be chill this weekend. So here to tell us what to read this month is author and actress Kristen Wallet. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having
I loved
me.
this series
I
because
know.
we've
This
been
was
talking
fun.
so much about books,
Yeah.
and this has been great to have because the idea, there's so many good ones out there to read right now. So it's nice that you can whittle it for us.
Yes, well, wonderful. Well, thank you for having me. This has
Yes.
been really fun.
love
So,
it.
of all of the books that came out this summer, this is the one that I was looking most forward to.
okay.
And it did not disappoint. I'm so happy that it was great. It was
Yes.
so great. So it is called Star-Crossed Summer, and it is by Devin Daniels. Now, did you watch The Notebook? Are you
yes.
fans?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
just watched it with the kids like a week ago.
What did they think of it?
They loved it.
Oh, good.
They did. They loved it.
It's just the iconic romance of
Yeah,
like
it's great.
our time. So what Devin did, so she took that premise of actors and the romance movie and it blowing up, and that's sort of the premise of Star-Crossed Lovers.
cool.
And here's the really cool part: it's a dual timeline. So you see
I like that.
the initial casting and filming, and the two not really getting along that well on set,
Right.
and then completely falling in love.
Yeah.
And then something happens, which no spoilers, I
Right.
won't say. But then you have a present timeline that fast forwards 10 years later.
Okay.
And they haven't spoken in 10 years.
Oh.
And a hurricane actually messes up quite a bit of the island where the original movie was filmed. And they come back and they have to sort of work things out. It's so
Oh,
good.
I
It's so
love
great.
that.
Like the
That's a great
tension,
one.
the situations, it's amazing. So for drink pairing,
Yes,
what we did
we
this
need-
time,
we need a pair of drink
something
with it,
very
yeah.
romantic and
Yeah.
easy and nostalgic. So already in the glasses, I have a shot of Deep Eddy lemon vodka.
I love a flavored vodka. That's
yeah.
great.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have you pop open a little bit of ginger ale and a strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
So we're gonna do literally just a splash. Here, I'll have you do
Okay.
this one.
Little
Just a
splashes?
little splash in each. I filled a little too much ice up in that one, so we'll
Okay.
do really tiny
Oh, yeah.
splashes of
Okay.
these and these. And
Perfect.
then we're gonna stir. Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Always
yeah.
the stir. And then all we're gonna do, this, like I said, very, very simple.
Yeah.
We're gonna slit a.
She
tiny
loves a
little
garnish.
thing.
I
I
love
do.
it.
I do.
love it.
A garnish
Oh, and a
makes
good
everything
strawberry.
better. And then we're
It
gonna
really does.
stick a strawberry on the side.
Yeah.
I did cut the. There you go. See, there's one.
Yeah,
right?
it matches the
and
color
then
of
we're
the
gonna
book.
cheer. It does. I wanted it to
Yeah.
match and be very
Yes.
nostalgic. Okay.
This
so
looks
cheers
great.
and see what you think of
Cheers.
this.
I can smell it already.
Remember
It
to
smells
drink
really nice.
responsibly.
Oh, very easy. And honestly, this is one of the best books I've ever read. I am so shocked that
This
this
is
did
very
not
refreshing.
pop on the list. Oh, good. Pop
Love
on
it.
the list this week. So I
Love
know,
it.
Maybe next
I
week.
could see
We'll
this by the pool, sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Yes.
this weekend, like you said. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Okay.
So
Yes,
let's
love
do a
this.
recap because for anybody who missed
Yes.
one of your segments,
Yeah.
and there's still plenty of time left to read,
Absolutely.
let's go over what you told us to read this summer.
Perfect. So we just went over Star-Crossed Lovers. If you have to pick one book this summer, make
Go
it
for
that
it.
one.
Okay.
Okay, and I have a cheat sheet because
Yeah.
I don't have that great of a memory. Okay, so let's start here. Reasons to be loved by you. If Hallmark and The Bachelor had a love child set on the Georgia Lake House, which we talked about
Yes,
last
that's
time.
right.
So great. Forever is the Sweetest Con. We have Love Island meets Survivor.
Oh, that's fun.
Mystery,
Oh, that's
suspense,
right.
plenty
Yeah.
of twists for that one. Single Girls. Oh, I love this one. A vintage cosmopolitan and book form. So glamorous. New York friendships. Then we have As a Last Resort by yours truly.
Yes.
This one is Sweet Home.
I would say this would be the one to
Yes.
read
This
this
would be the
summer.
one.
You know?
Yes.
Sweet Home Alabama meets The Summer I Turned Pretty, but grown up with a hot ferry boat captain. Gotta love that.
yes.
And
not gonna
then
stand out.
I know that's okay.
Yeah.
And then Everyone Is Lying to You is our other one of our first picks. So Gone Girl meets Child Wives. This is a thriller that just has you questioning everyone. So a little something for everyone. I feel
Yeah,
like
they are
here.
all a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I kind of been springing this on you, but are you reading anything right now?
I actually just finished this.
Okay, that one.
In like 24 hours.
Yes.
So I need something new. I
Yes,
don't know.
okay.
I'm not
Well,
sure
you
what
could
to
get
pick up.
people can give you
Yes.
suggestions because we can come
Yes.
see you these 2 dates.
Yes, perfect segue.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if you want to come say hi to me, I will be at the Book Lounge in St. Pete, Romance on Central book event. This is a really cute little mini book fair. There are 20 romance authors. You can come meet a bunch of them.
Okay.
And then also August 15th, I will be at the Gilded Page for
Nice.
National Bookstore Romance Day.
Love it.
Perfect.
Thank you so much as always.
Thank you
I
for
know.
having me. You
So
guys are
fun.
amazing. I
So
love
fun.
this.
All right, well, from books to the stage, Monday we talked to the actors from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory coming to Ruth Eckerd Hall. You don't want to miss that. Ooh. It's time for Fitness Friday, and today we are getting put to the everyday fitness test.
Yes, Tina Wilson is back to explain what we do every day is just as, if not more important than what we are doing at the gym. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Good to have you. Happy
Thank
Friday.
you for having me. Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday.
So why is that the case?
Well, as we get older, we start to lose muscle, starting at age of 30, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we have more muscle because when you get older, you may fall. Right?
Yeah.
So today we have a wonderful test to kind of see where you are in your fitness.
Okay, so you can do this with us at home too.
Yeah.
So if you're there, you're sitting in your chair, your couch, do this
Yes.
along with us.
And I have this. I love this. I love this. I'm gonna check it off as we go. Okay, so
Okay.
what's the first test?
Okay, so get a chair if you're home. Would
Okay.
you like to be our demonstrator?
Let's do it. Oh, sure.
All right, come on up, have a seat.
Okay.
So a lot of people, when they get up, they have to use their hands. So the first test is, can you get up without using your hands? And you're wearing heels.
And
Let's
I'm
see.
wearing heels.
Yeah. Now, you know,
All
I want
right.
her to keep going for some squats here.
Okay,
She always
yes,
does.
we always
She
do
always
squats.
does.
Okay, so if
chair
you can
test.
do that, then you put a little check right there.
Are you gonna do
I
it
did
too?
Yeah, yes, let
You
me
can
see if
hop
I
in there,
can
you
do
can
it.
do it.
I mean,
Go
I'm
for
not
it.
that old. I can get up from a chair.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, the next one is the balance test.
Okay.
So we can start this pretty much, can you stay on one leg for 10 seconds?
Okay.
So let's get these legs up. And if you want to challenge yourself, maybe you pulse it. Maybe you bring your leg in and out. Pull your belly in, can help you. Extend the crown of your head up towards the heavens. I think we're at 10 seconds. What do you
Yes,
think?
I think we
I
did
think
it.
so.
All
Yes.
right, woo.
Okay.
Is anyone feeling unbalanced, like we have to do the other side?
Yeah, I
maybe?
do
We
feel
should
like I have
probably
to
do.
do the
You're
other
right.
side.
That does feel a little
Ooh,
unbalanced.
so pull your belly in super tight. Press your shoulders down. You were doing it. Did we bring our arms up?
Oh man, now it's a challenge.
All right, we did it. We
Okay,
won.
did it.
Great.
Check.
Ding, ding, ding.
We passed the second. Okay.
All right, groceries. So we all go grocery shopping, right? I just put a whole bunch of stuff in here. And from going to the supermarket, traveling all the time, it's like 30, 40 pounds, right? So let's see if
I'm
you
doing
can,
this all the time when I go to the
I
grocery
know,
store.
right?
So this
Can you
is
cross
like
across? Come across?
It's like a challenge, if like how many few
Yes,
trips you can make from the
100%.
car to the.
Ooh, she's
I'm
got
like,
a little switch
yes.
in it.
give me all the bags because I've got them on my shoulders. I've got them
Right.
up and down my arms. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm not coming back out to this car.
Isn't that funny how we do that? Like we would rather carry like 10 bags than just
Than
make
just
a
make a trip.
second trip.
Yeah.
I know.
And that's why it's so important.
How heavy
you
are
know,
these things?
Let's
Let
see,
me
can you
pick
do
You
it?
could do it.
Let me pick these up here. Oh yeah, these are heavy though. But yeah, I got it.
Yay! And then you can even that's right. And a lot of people say they don't have weights at home.
Right.
Get some gallon water bottles.
Exactly.
You can use that for
Okay.
exercise.
What's the pickup test?
Ooh,
We have
pickup
30
test.
seconds.
All right. Can you pick up the scissors without falling or using something?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
okay.
Come on.
Yep. I mean, you heard some cracking there. I did
way.
pick them
You
up.
did it. You won.
you
so
can put-
hopefully everyone can do this at home.
Absolutely. So yeah, you need to do that. You need, especially if you're older, you need to make sure you can do all
Yes,
these things.
yes, yes.
And if not, you got to work at it, right?
Yeah. All right. People at home, they want to find you.
If you want to
learn
find me,
more.
go to my website, Elevate 360 Center. I am Stars Tina. Thank you.
Hopefully you
Thank
did it
you.
along with us
I
and you did a
know.
great job. So
I know.
that's good testing. We like
Yes,
that. All right. Thanks.
Have you been to the new Alessi yet? After being in business for more than 100 years, the iconic Tampa Bakery is in a beautiful new location with lots of new offerings, but the same classic cakes and scachata you love. Today, we are at Alessi Bakery, the iconic Alessi, a real institution here in Tampa for over 100 years. I'm with Phil Alessi Jr. Thanks for having us in today.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so this is so cool that I am here. This is a brand new location. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about the history, because how did this all start way back when, 1912?
1912. My great-grandfather, Nicolo, came from Sicily, Santo Stefano, with doing business, and he opened up a shop, and then he loved it so much he went back to Sicily and got his family and brought him back.
That's
So that's
amazing.
how it started.
And from that, 4 generations later, now it's your baby. So tell me about this new spot and how you kept the essence of, the original Alessi and kind of brought it into modern times.
So it's really, really special. It's something in the making that we've been thinking about a very long time, and that's why we decided to call it a food market. So it's a bunch of different entities in one that we run ourselves. So basically, when you first come in, you have the rotisserie chicken, you have the Woodstone oven pizza. Right across from there we have a full liquor bar. for the community. And then, of course, we have our deli. So on the left side is all savory, on the other side is sweets. So we have our decorating area where it's full view, everything's in theater, where you can see them doing their masterpieces, and of course the bakery area. And we also have a full cafe in the back with the acai bowls and the shakes and the smoothies and things like that, yogurts with fresh fruit. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have to talk about the scachata.
Yep.
I grew up on scachata. If you don't know what scachata is, I don't know if you're a real person from Tampa, right? Every Christmas, baptism has scachata. So that kind of started with your family.
Yeah, my great-grandfather here again brought that one of the staple items that he brought, and we've continued throughout the years, and it's a very special item. Like you said, you know, anytime you go to a party or a function, it's definitely part of their special occasion.
Yeah, some people don't get it, but how would you describe scachata?
Well, they want to call it a cold pizza. It's not a cold pizza. It's a room temperature pizza. So it's made today to be eaten today. It's a savory item that's just, you know,
so good.
So good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and this has like been a dream come true, this new building. What has the response been from the community?
Tremendous. And you're right, it is a dream come true. The response has been just so heartwarming. You know, all the nice comments from the neighborhood, for, you know, even family coming in, you know, how proud they are, and, you know, even the customers, they're saying how proud they are that we finally, you know, emerged to where we're at now. You know, great job. It's just really very heartwarming and very rewarding.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to go on a little tour?
Sure.
I got to see the rest of the place.
Yep, sounds good.
This is all brand new, and we're loving it. You see these four ladies here? Yep. We're all in our 90s, and we are Tampa.
So this is so cool. I love that we can see basically the artists at work here, right?
They're definitely artists, and it's theater. So you get to watch them build it from the start to finish, and, you know, with their masterpieces. And, you know, we have 9 decorators. Melissa's been with us about 24 years, and she's one of the best in the country.
Yeah, I know, because it kind of started with your breads and your cakes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool because, you know, it's generational. Even though I'm the 4th generation, but she's done wedding cakes for 4 or 5 generations. The weekends, people are lined up just watching.
Just watching.
Yeah.
So, and what a great place to bring the kids to kind of see all this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. The best.
Come a long way from Howard Avenue. Beautiful in here.
So this really caught my eye. This is like the scachata section right here. So I'm gonna have some scachata while you tell me a little bit about it. I mean, you guys started this.
Yes, we did start it. And there again, it's such a staple item that we decided to put it on its own, showcasing it on its own. So at the end of the day, this would all be gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is amazing. And tell me, like, what is it? How do you describe it to people?
So it's a dough. It's a bread dough, but it's a sweet dough. It's a sweeter dough. And then, of course, we cook our own sauce with the different, you know, with the ground beef and the different, you know, spices that we reduce down. And then we use the Pecorino Romano cheese to finish it off. So
I don't understand people that don't get it, because this is like this. I grew up on this.
Yeah, people who don't know it, they're like, "What do you mean cold pizza?" No, it's not a cold. It's room temperature. And I normally give them. I said, "Look, you've never tried it." I give it to them. They try it, and then they always come back.
And then they get it.
Yeah.
So good. If you haven't tried it, come here and get some. So this table looks like it's been around a while.
It's been around a while.
Yeah.
115 years old. This was the first generation's dinner table. So what we've done, it's been in storage, it's been all over the place, but we've decided to incorporate it into it because it's very special. So now this is our cake tasting area.
Yeah.
We wanted, you know, we put it out here so everybody can enjoy it. And,
Oh, so fun. And I know, and that backdrop is just beautiful. Look at those cakes. I mean, amazing. Love how you kept it with all the pictures. Can you talk about what it was like, kind of blowing up all those pictures?
It's really, that's what drives me. It's very inspirational when I go around seeing all these pictures. And then, you know, as you see it on the album, my dad's with the red apron and the rolling
that was
pin.
him with the,
That's why all the employees have red aprons. In memory of my dad, and so it's really special. And like I said, that's what kind of drives me with all the history of all these pictures, and, you know, they're all family.
I haven't been to Alessi's in over 20 years, more like 25, and I'm just amazed.
So looking around here, do you have a favorite section, or is it hard to pick?
Yeah, probably the bakery, because I'm a baker by trade, and it's near and dear to my heart because you kind of make all this stuff also. Not now, but I have in the past.
Yeah.
And it's really special to see it on parade, basically. And it's so the bakery, I'm very partial to the bakery.
Yeah, well, it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, and you said you're going to let me try some of that too.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me in. Really appreciate it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
For a step back in time, you can revisit the iconic Sunken Gardens.
Yeah, the St. Pete landmark is more than 100 years old, so we paid a visit to learn more about its history.
In 1902, a plumber by the name of George Turner came down from Jacksonville to St. Petersburg because he heard that there was going to be all kinds of opportunity for him in plumbing. And once the Depression hit especially, he decided to turn his property that he purchased in 1911 right here at Sunken Gardens into an attraction that people could actually visit and explore. Originally, it was a fruit and vegetable stand. It was Turner's Papaya Farm, and people came for that. But he started to realize that people wanted to see what was beyond the vegetables and fruit. He decided to charge them a small amount, and it took off from there. He was adding all kinds of exotic plants that they'd never seen before. So people would come to see these exotic plants that weren't necessarily from Florida at all, but all together and over the years really helped to create this vision of Florida as an Eden. People were excited by those exotic plants, and they came through, they walked through seeing various pools and waterfalls that the Turners had installed. So it became an Eden for them. For 3 generations, you had Turner's Sunken Gardens for the public, and people from all over the country and all over the world came to visit, including celebrities. In the 50s and 60s, you had the rise of people exploring the country on newly founded roads and in new cars. So the time of the tin can tourist was in full bloom, as was Sunken Gardens. So you had, at the time, a phenomenal marketing department here at Sunken Gardens, where they put out billboards all over the interstates to bring people down into Sunken Gardens, and it worked like a charm. They started marketing in northern cities during the winter months. They might send a Sunken Gardens model. There were many of them. They would wear a sash, Miss Sunken Gardens, and they would go up maybe with one of the exotic birds that we had at the time and go on a radio show or a TV show and explain to everybody that if they came down to Sunken Gardens, it wasn't snowing here, and there were pretty ladies and beautiful birds and exotic Florida plants that people could really experience during the dead of winter. Especially in the 80s, people were very concerned about Sunken Gardens and what its fate would be, because the grandsons were running the gardens and things were going well. However, other amazing attractions throughout Florida were really picking up steam. People seemed more interested in going on roller coaster rides than walking through a garden, regardless of the amount of phenomenal exotic birds that were here, the alligator wrestling that they hosted. Things started to wane a little bit, and so the grandsons decided to put the gardens up for sale. A certain group of concerned citizens here in St. Petersburg really worked hard to get a referendum on the ballot to have the city of St. Petersburg pay to purchase Sunken Gardens. Now, that was taxpayer money, and the people of St. Petersburg spoke loud and clearly when they voted to allow that to happen. And because of that, Sunken Gardens was saved by the people of St. Petersburg. And so it belongs to all of us, and we're so thankful that they did. So today, Sunken Gardens is more of an educational place to visit rather than a show-stopping time. We have horticulture programs. We don't have alligator wrestling any longer. That was controversial at the time. We definitely still have exotic birds that are rescue birds. We strive to make sure that Sunken Gardens maintains its vintage charm. In the 50s and 60s in particular, and into the early 70s, Sunken Gardens boasted that there were about 200,000 people coming through the gardens every year. We have now, over the last few years, reached that point yet again, and every year our attendance grows and grows and grows. We are thriving, and that is because the people of St. Petersburg want to come, and so do people from all over the country and all over the world.
And still going. My niece and nephew love going to Sunken Gardens because of the birds. It's so cool to be able to go and to see them. And it's beautiful to just be able to walk through and just kind of, you feel like you're just like in the jungle or something.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
it's
so
like
nice.
right here. It's like really close to us. So,
Yes, it is.
yeah,
So it's neat. Go check it out. If you haven't been there before, it's one of those places that in St. Pete you need to go and see.
Yes, absolutely. So it got us thinking about other sort of off the beaten path attractions in Florida. You know, Florida, there's so many roadside attractions. They all started here in Florida. So one of my favorites is John's Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, you know, I grew up going there. We would go to the beach every year, usually around the 4th of July, and we would stay in Madeira Beach or Reddington. And, you know, once a week to kind of split, you know, break things up, we would go here to John's Pass. We'd walk around. I remember getting candy. There's so many restaurants, so many little tchotchke boutiques there. Just so Florida, right there on the water. And I did some research. It was created by a hurricane, the inlet there, back in 1848, and it's named after pirate John Levick.
Yes.
So
it's
very cool.
One of my best friends, she comes down and she stays at Madeira. And I always go when we have dinner and we walk around John's Pass. She calls it St. John's Pass. And I'm like, you don't need the saint. It's okay.
He was a pirate.
Yeah, but no. So, but yeah, love going there, and because it does feel like classic Florida.
I love it.
Yes.
So go check
One of my
that out.
favorite spots to go is Shell Key, and you can get there by ferry. We like to go by boat. It's so quiet. You can get some great shells. I found some shark teeth there as well. But it's just so pretty and just feels so untouched and natural and quiet and. It's gorgeous water and the gorgeous beach, and it just feels like so tropical.
Yeah, I know. We have
going there.
so many great places here in Florida. So, and like we've been saying, like summer isn't over. We keep talking about back to school, but there's so many things to do here. Enjoy the summer, get out there, do something fun.
And easy to get to too, especially that you think of like Egmont Key and Shell Key. You can take a ferry, grab the kids, and just go for the afternoon. It's a different beach. It's you're getting on a boat. You're getting out on the not this weekend.
Yeah, not this weekend. I know,
but still lots of fun.
Yeah. All right, well, we had a great week of shows, didn't we?
Yeah, we certainly did. Yeah, and if you're on social media watching this morning or maybe over the weekend when you're scrolling, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Great Day Live Tampa Bay.
And if you want to watch any of the segments again from today's show, if you missed our monthly book club segment or where to find Larry's Ice Cream, you can watch the show again at 3 p.m. on our free 10 Tampa Bay streaming app. Download and watch on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV. So yeah, it's been a busy week here. We had a lot of fun, a lot of music.
Yes, we did have a lot of music. So we're going to leave you with a look back at one of our most amazing musical guests, Six Gun Sally. You can catch them at the amphitheater tomorrow, and it'll be a lot of fun. Just stay dry. Take that poncho with you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right, have a good one. We'll see
you. You came in like a wildfire, burning through my veins. Said you love me forever, but forever came so soon. You had a bottle in your backseat, voodoo lights upon your tongue. But your hungry and so easy had me feeling so damn young. Ain't going down, ain't going down. No, I ain't going down that road. Ain't going down. Ain't going down. No, I ain't going down. Had demons in your shadows, babe, and you brought mine out soon. Turned mine just this one time into a wicked deja vu. Left me stranded on a highway, broken and alone, with an empty heart and wallet and a broken dead cell phone. I ain't going down, ain't going down. No, I ain't going down that road. I ain't going down, ain't going down. No, I ain't going down that road. I won't trade my soul to fit your skin. So keep